Right now on Today New York, it has been a week since Ida rolled through, devastating the tri-state. Now, a grim discovery has been made in New Jersey.
Plus, it's the first day of school in Westchester County, but as some kids are getting back to the classroom, others are still grappling with Ida's impacts.
And storms threatened the tri-state overnight, but as Storm Team 4 tells us, they didn't turn out to be as powerful as expected. Good morning, everybody. It's Thursday morning, September 9th. I'm Darlene Rodriguez.
I'm Michael Gargiulo. Lauren Scowler's here tracking our morning commute. Storm Team 4's Maria LaRosa has been watching the radar in the last few hours. And may I just say, not that we're complaining.
No, not that we're complaining.
We're glad it turned out that way.
There
right?
were absolutely a lot of boxes were checked, and not that there aren't any problems. We do have some flood warnings I want to talk to you about, and those right now are in western New Jersey, where we have the flood warning for into western New Jersey the next couple of hours. There's still some rain falling in this area, and that may lead to ponding on roadways. I'm not seeing any reports of anything really beyond that right now, and that's where we have the one batch of rain and then some showers and thunderstorms across Ocean County, and this coming into Suffolk County as well. And we do have a tornado warning. This is to the east of Hartford, moving to the northeast, so out of our area, but it gives you an idea that there's still a lot to go with this system, and especially again as we watch this batch of stormy weather could be clipping Suffolk County. Overall, though, there's still enough there that we're looking at the chance for some showers really throughout the day. Not the flooding rainfall, but it keeps us damp for the rest of the afternoon. 73 degrees by 1 p.m. It will be cool. A few showers into the evening before finally really quieting down and drying out as we get into later tonight. All right, Lauren, what are you watching out there?
Not too much. The roads are in pretty decent shape right now if you're headed out. There is an overturned vehicle in Nassau County on the LIE westbound out by the Searingtown Road exit, so 36. It blocks the right lane and the off-ramp there, so there's no delay yet. Just take it easy if you're headed that way. Then heading over to the Holland Tunnel, construction out there, so the inbound tube is closed until 5 a.m. Stick with the Goethals Bridge or the Lincoln Tunnel in the meantime. Darlene, over to you.
Thanks so much, Lauren. Parts of New Jersey still dealing with Ida's aftermath, including Hudson County, where investigators confirmed the discovery of a body. It could be one of 4 people still missing a week after being swept away by floodwaters. Today, New York's Romney Smith is in Kearney right now with details. Good morning.
Good morning, Darlene. This isn't the news anyone wants to wake up to, but certainly we know that there has been a body pulled out of the Passaic River yesterday, and this morning we are still waiting for confirmation of that person's identity. And so are the families of the 3 people who are still missing loved ones. Take a look at some video from the scene yesterday. What you're looking at is search crews in Hudson County confirming that they pulled a body from the Passaic River, but offering no other details. They've been looking for the 3 people swept away in Ida's intense flooding using underwater sonar for days. This morning, the families of Nadia Rana, Ayush Rana, and Donna Lamagro all knowing that there's a possibility for their loved one to be confirmed as the person pulled from the water. While some officials move forward in recovery mode, others are still holding on to hope.
As the days go by, it becomes harder and harder to hold on to that hope.
They're still hoping for a miracle beyond all miracles. Then maybe these young people are found in a neighboring hospital in another municipality.
There's also a search in Essex County where an unidentified man is missing there as well. Once we get a positive identification of the person pulled from the Passaic River, we will certainly let you know both on air and online. We're live in Kearney, New Jersey. Romney Smith, Today in New York. Darlene, back to you.
All right, Romney, thank you very much.
Residents in New Jersey and Patterson here are still cleaning up from Ida. Many spent yesterday looking for places to stay far away from the Passaic River, which spilled over its banks during the storm. More than 20 people are still inside a temporary shelter it's set up at International High School. Patterson's mayor confirmed at least 300 people had to be rescued by boats.
When I went outside the police were there, the police spoke. They said, get what you can and quickly get out of the house.
I've never seen it in person all the way up the way it did. It's very scary.
Officials are giving out bottled water still to Patterson residents. Now, happening today, it's the first day of school in Westchester County, but some students are not going to be going in person because of Ida that rolled through our area just last week. Terry New York's Jessica Cunnington is live now in Yonkers, Jessica. So some kids getting back to the classroom.
Definitely, Michael. Good morning. And up until just literally over a week ago, a lot of school leaders obviously just thought COVID-19 would be the major challenge heading into this new school year. But then, as we know, Ida hit, and that changed so much for so many people. And here in Yonkers, that meant delaying the first day of school to today because of the storm's impact. But at other schools across Westchester County, they have not bounced back just yet after the devastating flash flooding that we saw. This is New Rochelle High School. Flooding in the hallways, the library. Crews, as you can see, have been working on moisture removal for a whole week now. And there's still no timeline yet as to when the high school will open again, but students are expected to begin remote learning Monday. And the district right now is looking at alternate sites. But the superintendent, though, says Isaac E. Young Middle School will be good to go to open on Monday. Now, Mamaroneck schools also delayed until Monday. They have been dealing with excessive flood damage in 3 schools there and a massive cleanup effort by the entire community. Many students volunteering over the past week at schools and in their neighborhoods.
I'm impressed by our students, our student athletes who have rallied to go into our communities, to walk street by street, to help residents remove furniture, to console them.
Now, Rye and Portchester schools are also, their first days are also being delayed. But right here at Cahill Gibran School here in Yonkers, we will be seeing in just a few hours K through 8 students being welcomed by Yonkers school leaders as well as their teachers here. So a joyous day to come. Everyone looking forward to it after this delay, and we will be here for that. I'm Jessica Cunnington, live in Yonkers this morning. Back to you.
All right, any step back to normality, Jessica, people are excited about. Thanks so much.
Well, today teachers return to New York City schools to prepare for when students begin arriving in just a few days. But there are still battles over vaccine mandates for staff and the lack of a remote option. During a rally outside City Hall, public advocate Jumaane Williams called on Mayor de Blasio to implement a remote option for students. The mayor has been adamant all learning be in person this year, with the exception of snow days. As for vaccinations, the mayor says all teachers and staff need them by September 27th, with no option for testing. The mayor also adds that if somebody has a medical or religious exemption, they will still get paid. The first day of school is Monday. In a statement, the president of the UFT says, quote, there are still many details of how these exemptions will be applied and how other teachers unwilling to take the vaccine will be treated that are now being worked through with the arbitrator.
Saturday will mark 20 years since 9/11, and Governor Kathy Hochul was at Ground Zero yesterday with words of advice for younger New Yorkers.
They need to come here and understand what is the true story of New Yorkers and how we came back after this nightmare that we all experienced 20 years ago.
The governor and former mayor Michael Bloomberg paid their respects to those who were lost. They placed flowers at the memorial that honors and remembers the nearly 3,000 people killed 9/11-2001.
In Connecticut, Governor Ned Lamont and Lieutenant Governor Susan Bysowitz are inviting the public to attend the state's annual 9/11 ceremony. The event honoring 9/11 victims will be held at Sherwood Island State Park in Westport at 5:30 this evening. Family members of those killed will participate in reading the names of 161 victims with ties to Connecticut. NBC News will honor the lives lost through a series of exclusive and in-depth reports. America Remembers, 20 years later, will air across NBC News and this morning on The Today Show. That begins at 7 a.m.
Okay, 4:09 right now. We do want to check in with Maria LaRosa, watching what's happening with the weather. So a couple of hours, we were really watching super closely, Maria.
Absolutely. We're still getting additional rainfall, and we still have a few flood concerns in this flash flood warning for Warren County, where we had a couple of inches fall, and you can see right now, for the most part, it's light to moderate rainfall. So that will continue for a little bit longer. But you see, we're sort of in 2 spots here, the lighter rain to the north and west, and then this stormy weather still going to clip Long Island and potentially bring another couple of inches of rainfall there. So we're not done yet. It is fair skies over the city now, but you can see the chance of showers through this morning and into the afternoon. I'll time those out for you. And surprise, we have another tropical storm, this rolling through Georgia right now, talking about Mindy and any impacts on our area. All of that in the 10-day forecast.
Maria, thanks. Still to come, hit by a stray bullet while behind the wheel The shooting death of an Uber driver prompts finger pointing by his family and a call to action in one New York City neighborhood.
And ahead, we'll get an update from an inspiring Newark teacher we met earlier this year. Her return to the classroom.
If you are getting on the subways at this hour, there was track work out there on the 4, 7, A, E, F, G, Q, and L lines. So we'll see those service changes until 5 a.m. But so far, so good for the major commuter rail lines. Just a reminder, Raritan Valley Line trains will continue to bypass the Bridgewater station. Let's take a live look outside at the roads. Here's the Grand Central Parkway out by LaGuardia Airport. Clear sailing there. You're watching Today in New York.